Self-publishing a book. We started this channel to give you the guidance and confidence to advance from a writer with a manuscript to an author with a published book. In this video, we're going to focus primarily on self-publishing a book. However, to fully understand all the benefits, we'll first need to talk for a little about the alternative. Traditional book publishing. To be successful at either, you'll need to be somewhat aware of the pros and cons and how they compare to self-publishing. Being informed will make you more confident and comfortable with your decision should you decide to strike out on your own. Afterwards, we'll introduce the 7 absolute essential things you must accomplish, not only to self-publish a book, but to make sure it complies to industry standards. It has to be marketable to sell, but if you've already decided and you want to skip ahead to the self-publishing sections, there's a list of chapters and summaries in the description. Click, and it'll take you there directly. Let's talk a little about what most publishing companies do for you. Their services include taking your manuscript from words and pictures in a computer file and turning it into a real-life book that can be held in your hands and enjoyed. They also offer services like setting up a website, social media pages, and handling the distribution of your book. There's also marketing, book signings, press releases, bookkeeping, copyrights, ISBNs, fulfilling orders, customer service, editing, formatting, etc., etc.
It's kind of complicated.
But if you're fortunate enough to find a traditional publisher, be diligent. Make sure they understand that the old school way of doing things may not work as well anymore. Ask questions. Does your publisher really understand what it takes to position your book for today's algorithm-driven market? So, what should an aspiring author do? First, you must manage expectations. Most likely, you are an unproven author with a new manuscript competing in an industry that produces about 3,000 new books every day. If you are neither famous nor infamous nor newsworthy, then landing a traditional publisher is difficult. It's not impossible. Writers get publishing deals every day. It just requires patience, a lot of perseverance, and a little luck. And if this is the course that you chose to pursue, don't let anyone convince you that you will fail. Continue to hone your writing skills and learn their guidelines. They are quite different from the guidelines for self-publishing. I go over those guidelines in a video I posted on this channel. If you have trouble finding it, leave a message and I'll send a link to it. Beware of book printers claiming to be self-publishing companies. Most so-called self-publishing companies rarely do anything to market your work. They tend to be not much more than editing and printing businesses. You could end up with hundreds of copies of books just gathering dust. Be careful. The typical self-publishing company makes its money from you, not from selling your book. They do it by charging you steep fees to edit your work, format your book for printing, creating a book cover that may or may not meet industry standards. They often require you to purchase hundreds of copies to get their best discount rate. Remember, they're really just booksellers looking to sell printing services, not publishers that sell your book to readers. The good news is you can take advantage of our free self-publisher guide. It'll help you select a real publisher who is not just an undercover book printing company. This is why standalone self-publishing is becoming more and more the default plan for a book writer to become a successful author. It's faster, it's less heartbreaking, it's inexpensive, and has higher royalties. I had plenty of missteps on my journey to a bestseller. But the one I call the big mistake, the one that cost the most, was following bad advice. I learned through experience that everyone is wanting to give you their advice. That includes your friends, your family, your coworkers. They mean well, but have very limited or no publishing expertise. Therefore, misguided advice, although well-intended, is still bad advice.
Thanks for the wise but completely wrong advice. See ya!
That's the valuable advice I wish someone had given to me when I first started looking into how to write a book and how to publish a book. Having this information would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of money. Eventually, I was blessed to find other authors with various levels of success. They were generous and willing to freely share their resources and time with writers. They offered tangible advice to me that was based on their real experiences. I listened and learned. That's how I became a successful author. I listened to people who were willing to pass along secrets to their success. In this discussion, I'm handing those same lessons to you that they handed to me. Professional advice that is tried and proven and for free. So, for any of you that stay tuned to listen, at the end of this video I'll give a link for a free download of my best-selling self-publishing guide. You can download it for free. It's the guide I wish I had found when I first started my journey. That being said, let's begin with the reason you're watching this video. How to self-publish a book. I know I always refer to the 7 secrets, but the secrets to self-publishing a bestseller are not really secrets at all, they're guidelines. In fact, in this channel it's our focus. We've compiled all of them into an easy-to-follow, step-by-step process. But no matter which step you're on, always apply the 2 laws of achievement. The first law of achievement: learn how to navigate around all the dream killers, misinformation, and pseudo-experts. The second law of achievement: be certain that you're getting guidance from someone who understands what's necessary to package your book for the public and who is familiar with what it takes to market your book in this evolving industry. This video series will address just what you have to do to make your book a great success. It's not a difficult concept. But before you take the next step, you must decide if you really want to be a self-publisher. It takes work, commitment to your goals, and the willingness to do the things necessary to become a success. If you believe in yourself and are ready to get started, let us outline for you what you need to do to become a best-selling author. If you're still watching, congratulations! You're willing to take on the challenge of becoming a best-selling author. Whether you are a new author looking to get your work to the reading public, or are frustrated with your current publisher because of poor sales, your book will sell. But self-publishing is a business and must be operated like one. As an up-and-coming author, you must first understand that for all intents and purposes, you are starting your own business. This is especially true when you choose the self-publishing route. With this in mind, you must prepare yourself by learning and implementing the 7 key factors necessary for success. You also must understand that your success will depend on how much preparation and marketing you are willing to put into your book. Let's recap services most publishing companies do for you. They typically include taking your manuscript from words and pictures in a computer file and turning it into a real-life book that can be held in your hands and enjoyed. They also offer services like setting up a website, social media pages, and handling the distribution of your book. There's also marketing, book signings, press releases, bookkeeping, copyrights, ISBNs, fulfilling orders, customer service, editing, formatting, etc., etc. So, if you have ever complained about or wondered why the publisher is getting the lion's share of the profits, now you know. They manage and perform all those important actions for you. Not to mention they advance funds to pay all those costs. But now, as a self-publisher, you'll have to perform all those vital functions yourself. But you keep all the profit. Plus, you still have to write your epic novel. Still interested in self-publishing? Good, because despite all the hard work that you'll put into it, it will all pay off. The rewards far outweigh the work, and we're here in case you need a little help or a lot of help. We offer a self-publishing masterclass that you can enroll in at any time. Let's talk about the steps necessary for you to succeed in the self-publishing world. Even if you have already published your book but have only sold a few copies, it's not too late. Rethink your strategy and adopt a more reliable plan to relaunch your book. In today's market, the majority of books are purchased online. And a few websites, along with Amazon, dominate the industry. So being that books are mostly purchased online, it is important that you establish an online presence too. If you haven't already developed a social media base, you must start building this immediately. I addressed that topic in another video we posted to this channel. Let the world know your mission. Interact with allies, fans, and readers of your books. The more that you grow your online presence, the more people are interested in your books. For those of you that choose to ditch the publisher altogether and go it alone, here's an overview of the 7 essential things you should master and keep in the forefront of your mind. Number 1, book cover design. Number 2, title, subtitle, and AMP. Short description. Number 3, genre and category. Number 4, keyword optimization. Number 5, book reader reviews. Number 6, link in bio. Number 7, social media influence. In this video, we only have time for a brief overview of each of these 7 essential factors. However, we have made relatively short but informative tutorials on each of them individually. I highly recommend you watch all 7. There's a link to the playlist in the description. Number 1, cover design. What is the first thing that a potential reader sees when they are shopping for their next book? The answer is the book cover, of course. Now, what is the next thing a potential buyer does after they look at the front cover? They flip the book over to look at the back cover. This is true whether the reader is looking at a physical book or perusing your work online. The image, or lack of images, is the single most important element on the book. There are a lot of rules concerning the covers. It's not just the pictures. It also has genre-specific fonts and colors. There is an accepted number of scenes and numbers of color. There are industry standards to uphold. So you have to get this right. Despite what you've heard, a book is judged by its cover. Number 2. Title, subtitle, and AMP. Short description. As a general rule, the book title or subtitle should contain at least one keyword. The short description should be brief, contain several other keywords, and entice the reader to find an answer within the book. Both the title and subtitle are a key factor as to whether or not Amazon and search engines like Google present your book to book shoppers. Number 3. Genre and category. As a general rule, categories of books mainly include new adult, young adult, novels, fiction, and nonfiction. They're not meant to communicate anything concerning the book's content. It's only to disclose whether or not the author claims it is true and the targeted age range of the reader. But genres imply more of what the book is about. Sci-fi, fantasy, romance, memoir, biography, history, and mysteries are a few of the popular designations that establish the wider backdrop of the story. Failing to register accurately the category or genre will result in chronic loss of sales. This is due to the books being listed in the wrong product catalogs. It may also result in low ratings and bad book reviews due to the book failing to deliver what the buyers expected. Number 4. Keyword optimization. Add keywords that are highly searched to the title, subtitle, and description. There are plenty great online tools for finding the keywords of similar books that were successful. I'll put links below. Number 5. Book reader reviews. General rule. Organic reviews boost your book's visibility and increase sales. Also, third-party endorsements and recommendations from notable sources increase your book's perceived value and the author's credibility. Number 6. Link in bio. General rule. Use your bio link instead of a website. It lists social media, Amazon, Goodreads, podcast, blog, store, etc. It can serve as a dynamic tool to promote yourself, your books, and anything else related to your personal brand. It can be used as a central hub to market your book, as well as open a beneficial communication channels. Number 7. Social media influence. The hottest trend are authors becoming an online influencer. Here's the most obvious benefit. An author's social media platforms can serve as a direct-to-consumer marketing engine and personal bookstore. Instead of pleading for reviews, an author-influencer has an eager audience waiting to buy the book on day one. This creates bestseller velocity on platforms like Amazon, which boosts the book's popularity. The author can share the book's journey from the initial idea and cover reveal to snippets and launch day excitement, creating a personal connection that traditional advertising can't match. Direct sales link. They can directly link to their different product pages, sponsors, pre-orders, and sales pages, cutting out the middleman and driving immediate cash flow. Get this one right, and you can earn incredible income and sales. In this video, we only had time for a brief overview of these 7 essential factors. Remember, we also have posted short but informative tutorials on each of them individually. Again, I highly recommend you watch all 7. There's a link to the playlist in the description. For any of you that stay tuned to point thank you, I hope you found some direction. To receive a free download of my best-selling self-publisher guide, click on the link here on the screen. I also included the link in the description as well. You can download it for free. It's the guide I wish I had had when I first started my journey. If you've published or are looking to publish a book, we can help. You can request a free book evaluation. There's no obligation to get our opinion or advice. We've helped hundreds of aspiring authors realize their dream of a successful book. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to my channel. It enables us to bring more informative content to you. We post often, so turn on the notifications button so you don't miss any of the secrets that authors use to guarantee their success. I encourage you to leave a comment, suggest a topic that you'd like us to explore, or ask a question. We review all comments. If you want to show your support or join our community, see the links in the descriptions. Thank you for watching this video. And remember, your book will sell.